Hi, I'm Lizabeth.
And I'm Cindy.
And we're here with another Feeding Frenzy for A Course in Weight Loss. And we're on lesson number 7.
The oil lesson. It is, the title of it
was
is
an oily
Love
experience.
Your Body. It was a slick one. So,
Seriously, how'd you like this one?
I liked it.
Did you?
A lot better than the rest of them so far.
Mm-hmm.
It made me take time and pay attention to my body,
Mm-hmm.
which I don't often do.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I would not do this a lot. This is not something I would do, but it was enjoyable.
Mm-hmm.
It was as I rubbed the oil on each part of my body, I would thank that part of my body for all the things it had done, and it brought back a lot of memories. You know, I would remember all the babies my arms had held, and you know, all the things that my ears had allowed me to hear, all the I love yous and thanks mommies, and you know, all those things. So it was a good experience. How about you?
Did you do any preparation for it?
Preparation. I got a shower first.
Did you? Why?
Because I wanted.
Why'd you choose to shower before and not after? Or did you?
Well, mostly because that's what you told me you had done, and I thought, well, that's a good idea because then I can keep that around for a while.
Mm-hmm.
But also because I thought, well, this will be a good time to really appreciate my body, not a dirty body. I didn't want to appreciate a dirty body, you know. We'd just been working out, and I needed a shower anyway, so I wanted to really appreciate my body in its very best. So as far as preparation, I had some music going, and I've gotten a more of a solemn attitude than I usually do after being in the shower, but not a lot of preparation. How about you?
I actually took some time in preparation.
Good.
This time, too. Because when I see myself as I am now, because I'm wanting to change the form, my form, I wasn't really happy with what I saw. You know what I'm saying? So it was really easy for me to find faults. So I decided I was really going to put my effort into making this the best experience it could be.
Good.
Do you know what I'm saying? So it took a little preparation for me because it is so easy for me to find fault. I decided I'm going to make it easy to find the positives this time. So I started out with, okay, what could I find fault with? And then I looked at my legs and I thought, oh, they need to be shaved. So I decided I'm going to do all of that prep work first before I begin this. That way I'll be less likely to find fault with myself.
Oh,
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's good.
So that's why I decided to take a shower beforehand. Like you said, I can't appreciate a body that's dirty, that I don't feel good in. You know, when I'm feeling dirty, I'm not appreciative of it. So I wanted to be clean first. So even before I began, I, made sure I had done everything I could prep-wise, to not find fault with my body. And then the process itself was wonderful. It became almost, like you said, just a list of thank yous. And a recognition of, even though I have not treated my body well, it has performed perfectly in spite of.
Right.
It has stretched when it needed to. It has accommodated and adapted to what I needed at the time. So it began a long list of gratitude.
Right.
I
also felt appreciation and asking it for forgiveness for the things I had done.
That was the last thing that I did, was ask forgiveness. I asked myself for forgiveness. I asked my body for forgiveness. And then, was able to let go of that. And then anytime I ran across something that I would find fault with in the moment, I would turn it rather from a fault into a positive. Like if I found a blemish or something, let's say on my arm, I'd say thank you for compartmentalizing that to one area.
Oh, wow.
You know what I'm saying? I do have a wart on my hand that I'm trying to get rid of, and I thanked my body for containing that virus in that one spot rather than the entire body getting ill. You know what I'm saying? So I tried my very best to make it a positive experience, and it really, really was. I enjoyed it. I felt relaxed and renewed afterwards, but I totally have a different appreciation for this body that I'm in.
Good. So you feel like this book as a whole is helping?
I do. do.
Do you?
I
Even
really
though
do.
some of the exercises we've had a lot of fun with and laughed at and made fun of.
Yes, but it's a process. It is a process, and I had to get there too.
Mm-hmm.
I had to get in that right frame of mind, and I didn't understand the whole place setting. I mean, I didn't, but I do now.
Good.
I see myself when I had that insight about birthing my new self, and taking care of myself, like I would a child, a new life. I'd never seen myself in being that precious. You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
But the new life that I'm birthing in me is as precious and deserves the same treatment that I would give a new life that's growing in me. It's the same,
Right.
And so now I see that as setting the table for this royalty that is, and it is coming. It's making the prep work for it now. And I didn't see that before. So I see that now and can appreciate that now.
Wow. Wow.
So, yeah, it is. It is helping. I'm watching me get oil in my eyes. It is helping me a great deal. And I'm making more strides because this time it's not about just losing weight. It's appreciating where I was, how my body did miraculous things in order to adapt, to keep me well and fit and able, even to where I am now. And then appreciating where I am now. But then I also had, during the process, I also realized, we talk about God being the potter and us being the clay. Well, I realized that I am the potter to this clay. And though I may not be satisfied with the way the shape is now, I can recreate it again.
Yeah.
I am my own potter. And this body is my own clay. And so halfway through it began, conditioning of the clay.
Yeah.
So I could even go back and thank the parts of me that are storing fat still. Thank you for keeping this for me. Where in one area where I didn't have to carry the pain of it at the time, and being willing to adapt and store it until I could deal with it. So I get an entire new appreciation of this body. So
This is huge. Wow, I'm really proud of you. Wow. I had a good experience too, I think this was a really helpful exercise, and I think it probably took the others to build up to this.
Yeah, it definitely did.
Yeah.
I don't think
I could have started with this one and felt the same way about it.
No, I had to go through each one of the steps in order to get here.
And now I'm really anxious to get on with the rest of them and say, okay, what's next? I think just looking ahead a little bit, there's a lot of writing involved, but I think that'll be good too. So I'm excited about it.
Yeah, I wanted to see how many more trips to the store we had to make. I know, I consider this probably a big step for me.
Yeah.
And the biggest one. Even though the other ones were harder to do, I had to get through that. And I had to release some of the pent-up emotion and anger and resentment and everything else that I had with myself in order to get to and appreciate.
Right. So you have any tips for anybody that's going to do this?
Probably the biggest one is what you put into it is what you're going to get out of it. So no matter what your hang-up is, do it. Go all out.
Make the commitment.
Make the commitment, because I realized if I was doing this for someone else, I would do it with love. And I deserve the same treatment as I would do it for someone else. Does that make any sense? So if I'm going to do it, I'm going to do it with love.
Okay.
What about you? Do you have any tips?
Don't you sleep all next time. That made me really sleepy. So I think we should tell them our experience getting the oil.
Well, when we first read that that's what we're going to have to do, I looked at you and kind of like, I don't know about this, because I didn't want to go to Kroger's and get cooking oil or something, that would make me feel awful,
I felt it needed to be more special.
Yeah, I wanted something that was specifically used for the body, like somebody who gives you a massage would use, I don't have a clue where they get that stuff, and I wasn't exactly excited about having to visit some kind of adult store or something, you know. So I thought, I didn't have a clue where to go. So we went into the mall because, you know, if you're going to find a place in town, usually go to the mall. So we went to the mall, and they have a lotion store there, Bath and Body Works. Yeah. And they're really famous for their lotions and stuff, but I didn't think they'd have oil. But I thought, well, we'll just go in there just to see.
They might know where it is.
And they did. I was really surprised. They had 3 or 4 to choose from. Now, we maybe freaked out the little sales lady, but I think we had several to choose from. So, you know, if they've got one of those stores close by, you may want to try there. That was a good place.
I'm ready for a nap now. This was a good exercise, though. I'm glad we did it. I'm glad we made the commitment to stick to it.
Mm-hmm.
And to do everything, even if it seems stupid or silly.
Well, usually if it seems stupid or silly in the moment, that usually means there is something there for me that I need to find.
Yep.
You know?
I agree.
And I was really surprised in the reading for the chapter how well. I mean, I saw bits of myself in there, and I thought, wow, she really pegged me there. And then when you were reading it, you were saying, oh, wow, she got me too.
Right, exactly.
I was really surprised.
Yep.
How well she nailed it.
It was a good chapter. And it really spoke to me about the abuse I've made on this body by just my eating habits alone. So it really opened my eyes to some things that I'm sure I will process further as we go along. So I'm anxious to see what the rest of it's about and how we're going to change from here.
Yeah, it was a big one for me. You know, I can now see that we are setting the place for, you know, our new selves to come. You know, and the royalty that we are, the divine that we are. You know, if I was setting a place for the divine, I would set out my best everything.
Right.
At the level in which I could afford. It would be my best that I had, you know. And I would want it to be new.
Right.
And
so the
clean and fresh.
Right.
And
so if we're wanting to bring out our best, then we have to
lay a
put the
table
best
for the
out.
best.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Good stuff.
That's really good stuff.
Yeah.
Extreme.